ఈ వీడియో కనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని అప్డేట్స్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి.
In 98-99, I went and started a company called C-Base Systems in America. This was a company which was doing outsourcing for healthcare in the US. Outsourcing was not a great fashionable word those days. Y2K was more fashionable. And I had $100,000 of investment with me. And with $100,000, I set up a company on a handshake with a bunch of people in the States and grew that company to about, when I sold it in 2012, to about $1 billion. And it was one of the largest transactions that was sold on NASDAQ in 2012. Made a lot of money for a lot of people, including myself. And then I thought I should start doing something else. And then that was the time when I started to do some investments in India as well as outside. I joined some private equity firms and started to invest across technology, healthcare in the States. And in 2015, when the state was formed, KTR was kind enough to call me to be the director on T-Hub. I guide the entrepreneurs there. I guide the CEO and the CEO in making T-Hub possibly one of the most successful tech incubator in the world at this particular point. You know, it says that success comes out of three things. You need to have a wishbone, you need to have a backbone, and you need to have a funny bone. If you don't have these three things, you'll not succeed. Wishbone, because you need to have luck. As a young state, you can have all the things in the state happening to you, but if there is not adequate credit formation in this country, development is going to be stunted. There are a bunch of things that have happened when the state was formed, and today we can all be talking about industrial growth to technological growth, but none of this is going to happen if you do not have access to money. And access to money comes from a whole bunch of initiatives. Last evening, I was talking to Pondaragaru in terms of saying equity is not the only way capital is formed. Capital is formed by debt. Capital is not formed only by debt from banks. Capital is formed by a bond market. And India doesn't have a sensible, logical bond market. Because if you build assets for the long time, you need gestation periods which go on for a long time. You need 100-year bonds, you need 50-year bonds, you need 20-year bonds. You can't have equity which only looks at 5 years, 10 years.
ఈ వీడియో కనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని అప్డేట్స్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి.